Hey, 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 and welcome back or welcome into Sound Wisdom Tarot. This is your career reading, my friends. So let's get right into it. Career, your purpose, what you're here to do. My name is Shannon Rose Scott, and I'm so grateful to you for being here with me. I really do appreciate you taking this time. Thank you. So here we go. Spirit guides, hi divine, intergalactical beings and angel guides, please help me connect to the spirit guides of my collective tuning in. What do they need to know for this career reading? And already we have a jumper coming out. We have the Two of Swords, or the card of schizophrenia. Now this obviously doesn't mean the mental illness. But what this does mean is feeling, I've got some people tuning in right now who have no idea what to choose regarding their career. Okay, so you're in the middle of making a big decision. So this could be wanting to make a career change or having some sort of choice right now in your career. And you're feeling like both, like you're so confused, it's almost like you're stuck between like two possible choices that right now you're like, they could both go awful or they could both go great, and you're like, you really don't want to make the wrong decision. So you're feeling trapped right now. The message of this card though is to let yourself pick one choice, because that's how you'll know. Right? You'll know once you pick the one choice, you'll either like it or you won't. And you can always change your mind. Okay? Sometimes we stop ourselves from making a decision because we're worried about making the wrong decision. But you can always change your mind again. Now, some of you are saying to me, well, I can't though. Like once I make this choice, it's either this or that. And I can appreciate that. But the message of this card is, even if you make a choice and it seems wrong, you'll have another opportunity to make the choice you want. You will, even if right now you think you can't, because whatever is meant for you, whatever is divinely inspired and guided for you is yours, okay? You will have the option of choosing again. Because if you keep staying in this spot of not choosing, it's like you're just hanging in midair, trying to grip on to one side and the other, and you're not able to actually do anything. So it's really important here that you make your choice. But we'll get into this more. We'll get into this more as we go. So, in honor of the Two of Swords and having to make a choice. Here we go. 1, 2. What is the main issue here? Awareness. Now this came out in reverse. So yeah, a lack of awareness, a lack of knowing what is real, knowing what is unreal for you. Because there's no one real and one unreal, but what is real and unreal for you? We'll get deeper into this message as we pull all the cards, but this first message coming through is that this is your time right now to burn through the veil of distortion so that you can see your life more clearly. Because this card of Swords here, with this first card that jumped out, This is a card of like the mind and not having a clear mind. So yes, by being able to tap into your awareness, this is going to really help you. Let's pull all the cards though and see what else is coming through. So the thing getting in the way. Sorry, we got lots of sounds interrupting us in this moment. And I feel like that's a bit of kind of the energy that you're coming in with, right? It's like you have so much going on that it's hard for you to come to that point of stillness within. Everything happens for a reason during these readings. It's been so quiet here, and suddenly there's all these noises coming through. So it's like, yeah, you need to take some time to turn inwards, to find a quiet place to make this decision. Okay, what's getting in the way of awareness? Letting go. There's something you need to let go. We'll come back to this. The past. Slowing down. Okay. The known. Moving quickly towards something with intensity. The unknown. Ooh, okay, Tower in reverse. Tower in reverse. Here we have the Thunderbolt card. Next steps. Okay, the Rebel in reverse. The Rebel. What you're attracting from the outside. Nope, sorry, I've skipped one. But I'm going to take this in that place because that's what, healing. Like this. What you are, how you feel about the whole situation. You're feeling alone. But there's a beautiful meaning in this card that we're going to get to as I take time to do the whole reading here. Your hopes and fears. Your hopes and fears lie in, you're worried you're always going to be in this stressful place. You're not. And the outcome. Love this. Harmony. 10 of Cups. Okay. I like this for you, collective. Okay. So the main issue is that you're feeling right now like you're not aware. Awareness in reverse. You're feeling unclear. And the thing getting in the way of your clarity is that you need to let go of something. There's something you need to walk away from that you haven't walked away from yet. But this card is showing up because you're ready. Like sometimes we're not ready to let go of something, and that's okay, right? Because everything happens in perfect timing. This card shows us leaves, which reminds me of in the fall, in the autumn, in certain areas in the world, the leaves change color and fall from the tree, but they fall in their own timing. Some leaves fall quicker than other leaves, even on the same tree. Right? So if you're in this process of letting go, that's okay, right? There's such a big push in the spiritual community to be like, let go of that. Just let go, just let it go. And it's like, well, sometimes it takes time. It's a process of letting go. So I don't want you to beat yourself up for having not let go of this thing that you haven't let go of yet. But recognize that letting go is what's going to help you become more clear. Okay, this is making a little more sense now. This is why you're so stuck, because there's something in making this decision, because there's something that you're really having a hard time letting go. Yeah. And this is a career reading, so it's something regarding your career that you're having a really hard time letting go. It's almost like an entire career path, right? Or a way of working in your career. In the past, you had to really slow down. Your career really slowed down. The money came through not as quickly as you would have liked. Things didn't come together as quickly as you liked. For some of you, this slowdown was intentional. You actually wanted to become more detail focused, more process focused. For some of you, this slowdown was forced on you. For example, like through the pandemic. But now, and I think some of you, some of you enjoyed this slowdown. Some of you enjoyed this slow down, and right now suddenly you're moving. Like, look at how opposite these cards are. We have a turtle on the slowing down card, and then we have this like fiery knight of passion here, moving intensely towards a new direction. And so you're feeling now like suddenly you're being thrust forward in this really like quick, fast-paced environment. And I think that's part of what you're having trouble letting go of, the nice slow pace that things were at for a while. Some of you perhaps are about to go back into the workplace. It could be a new career, or it could be your old one, but you're like about to go back, right? And you're going back in this more fast-paced energy. And you're kind of grieving this old way of being. And what you don't see coming, what you're not quite aware of yet, is that you're having a thunderbolt moment, and you're resisting it. You're resisting the tearing down the tower of your old way of life. Don't we all? Don't we all, right? It's okay. It's again not a reason to beat yourself up over it. The message, the spiritual message from this card is, do you notice how this tower, there's like a figure in the background, a figure of like the Buddha sitting in meditation, while this tower is burning down and these people are being thrown from the tower. Your advice is to watch the dismantling of your life, your old life, as if it was happening to someone else, as if it was a movie. To watch it as best you can with like non-attachment to what's happening. That's a big ask, isn't it? Yeah. But this will help you. This practice will help make the transition easier. If you can observe it from a higher place. Because spirit doesn't like tear down what we want, like, or what we need to keep. We might want it. We might want to keep a certain way, but actually what we need might be this tower. So spirit only tears down and sends these tower moments into our lives to take down what we no longer need, what is no longer working for us, what is no longer part of our higher good. The tower is a wonderful card. It's not a scary card, although it can feel scary. The tower's happening for us, not to us. Right? Yeah, and if you can start observing this happening, it's going to make your decision a lot easier. Now, your next steps are to embrace this rebel. Right now, you have this in the upside down position, but you're being called to turn it back upright. So the rebel is the Emperor card in the traditional deck. And I love this version of the Emperor because I love rebels. Look at this amazing rebel. He is breaking through the chains that have been holding him back, the chains of society, the chains of family, the chains of friends, the chains of our own distorted thinking. Right? When the rebel breaks free, he's able to burn through those cloudy distortions that are keeping you from living your best life. He is free like the eagle. He is lighting his own path with that big torch here. He is the master of his life instead of being the servant to others. He is his own master. So your next steps are to actually take this life that has felt like it wasn't yours, right? That felt like you were in chains to something. And to start breaking through those chains, to start tearing them off so that you can rise above like the eagle and start forging your own path, trusting that your creative, joyful, inspired ideas for your career are enough to lead you forward. Yeah, see, there's something that you want to move towards, even though it feels like it's a little like, this is happening too fast. There's something you want to be moving towards quickly. This is a card of passion, of excitement. This is a card of, having that intense desire to move towards something. And what you can move towards is being that rebel. And it's true, it can be a bit of a hard path, the rebel path, because most people don't understand the rebel. That's why they have to be a rebel, right? To do what's different from what's expected by those around them. They have to be willing to be unique, original, weird, right? But it's your purpose. It's part of your divinely guided path. And see, once you do this in your life, oh man, it has a ripple effect on your community and those around you. Other people start to realize, wait a minute, if they can do that, I could follow my heart too. You never know who you're going to inspire by you deciding to follow your heart. And if you don't follow your heart and let yourself make the choice you really actually want to make, you could actually be preventing someone else from the inspiration you're meant to give. Right? Preventing someone else from seeing that, from being inspired by you. So it's part of your duty to do this. Now, you're feeling alone, but the message of this card is that aloneness is not the same as loneliness. So even though you're alone on this path, you don't have to feel lonely. Right? This hermit card here is surrounded by their own light. That's their own light here. Just like the rebel here has his own torch, the hermit is so full of light, their own light, that they just emanate it. They become the beacon of light for others. And it's a tough path. This path of being the hermit, of being the rebel, because you don't have anybody ahead of you that's done what you've done before. There's something very unique about this choice you're wanting to make. It hasn't been done before, not the way you're going to do it. And so there's, you can have people that inspire you, but you can't really have anybody to lead you, because you have to be the leader. You have to be the one forging this path. You have to be the rebel, adding some brand new thing to the world that's never been here before. You don't even have coworkers. I mean, you might have coworkers, but on this path, you don't even have anybody that really gets what it is you're doing. So you don't have anyone to guide you. You don't have anyone that you can talk to about it. But what you do have is, if you look behind you, you have this whole long line of people watching and following you. And you might feel like, I don't have anyone yet, I haven't. But as you start going, as you start forging this path, because that is your next step, you are going to have a long list of people here watching and being inspired by you. So when you feel lonely, it's a reminder to turn around and look at the path you're leaving behind. Look at the people that are following you. It's a lovely Dharma, this one. Dharma means purpose. It's a lovely purpose. It's so important. And what you're attracting from the outside is healing. I love this for you. Yes, is healing. Look at this. We have the healing hands over the mind and the belly, and the heart is free and leading the way. So you are now going to be making peace between like your head and your gut. Because in this, and this is perfect for you, by the way, because of this card that jumped out at the beginning. This is somebody who like is in conflict between their head and their gut. We've got like kind of two minds, you know? We've got our thinking mind, and then we have our intuitive mind that we feel, right, in our gut, that feeling when we get like nervous or full of anxiety that's telling us we're on the wrong path. That little like sixth sense, right, in the gut intuition. Or that also tells us, hey, you're on the right path, follow that. Or that gives us those little warning signs, don't go down that street. Even though that's the street I always go down, I'm feeling like I shouldn't go down that path. I have a feeling, right? These are our two minds. And when we're having trouble making a decision, it's because these two minds are out of alignment, right? It's like our gut intuition knows what to do, but our head gets in the way and starts saying like, but you don't have enough money to do that. But your family and friends and community won't like that you're doing that. But I don't have what it takes to do this. It's all these thoughts that come in, and yet our gut knows. So this healing that you're attracting is going to help you merge these two minds. And so this is also a call to look on the outside for some sources that can help you heal. That can be this tarot reading, right? That's an outside source. And normally I wouldn't advise people to go for outside sources for healing, right? And yet this card came in to what you're attracting from the outside. So it's not that you're to be in that grasping sense of looking outwards. It's more like notice who in your outside world is offering you healing support, right? That can come through different forms of therapy. It can come from books you suddenly come in contact with. It can come from different healing resources like sound therapy. Here's another outside resource for you. The soundtrack that's playing underneath this is a special sacred sound code I created to help you integrate actually this kind of stuff. So I do link the soundtrack below as a separate free track you can get on YouTube, and you may want to just kind of play that in the background as you meditate or as you take time out for yourself. There's many different ways to heal. But since you're attracting healing resources right now, so notice what pops up. Sometimes it's through foods, healing foods, nourishing smoothies, juices, different things, soups. The people that you're coming in contact with, some of those are going to be healers of some sort. So notice the synchronicity in your life after this reading, after you watch this reading. And a reminder, these readings are timeless, right? So whenever you happen upon this reading is perfect timing. But after you watch this reading, or even like right now, in the few days before watching this reading, You could have already been coming into contact with some different healers. This is your confirmation. Yes, use those resources. Reiki, massage, yoga, lots of different ways to self-heal through the support of others. Now, there's a part of you that's worried, that you fear that by going towards this path, because it's been so intense, because it's been happening so quickly, you're worried that this stress is always going to be here. You're worried that this new path is going to be full of stress. But I'm not seeing that in your cards. And although things might be hard and challenging, they don't have to be stressful. This is just a fear. Notice, though, if you're getting caught up in old tendencies where you let other people, like this monkey, where you let other people control you because you're not meant to anymore, right? You're the rebel who's breaking free from those chains. So notice when your old habits of allowing others to run your life start popping up, because you don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to keep making that choice. You don't have to keep allowing the monkey to pop your bubble, right? To control you. You can put down all these candles, all these little fires. You can stop juggling them. That's not what you're meant to do. You're meant to heal. You're meant to spend time alone in solitude, doing your thing, doing what lights you up, what fills you from the inside out. You're meant to let go of the stresses from the past. And when you do that, this is your outcome. This is your most likely outcome. Harmony. Harmony between your head, your mind, and your heart now. Look at that. So not only are you getting harmony and healing from the two minds, from your intuitive mind and your thinking mind, but then you're also bringing it into the heart. This is 10 of Cups card. This is having total emotional fulfillment. Being so happy, joyful, and in harmony with your life. What a wonderful outcome. But you gotta let the old life destruct. Okay, after this lightning storm that tears down your old way of doing things, you get this beautiful healing water energy. So let's get just a little extra card of advice from the little itty bitty witch deck. What is the advice, please, Spirit? There we go. Oh my goodness, we have the Hierophant. I love it. Okay, so your advice. Is to start doing it. Okay, start being the leader. Yeah, this is clarification for me, absolutely. That this whole choice you're trying to make, this whole new path, involves teaching of some sort. Here we have a yoga teacher teaching 2 yoga students. It is some sort of higher calling to teach, to share your knowledge. And this is absolute confirmation that you're ready to do that. You are ready to be the hermit, right? The hermit is also like the teacher. You are ready to be the rebel, right? You've got something new you want to share with the world that hasn't been shared before. And this is your advice, is to start doing it, even if you don't feel ready, especially if you don't feel ready. If we wait until we feel ready, we'll never start, because we never feel ready. But you will start feeling ready once you start, okay? It's like that starting of the new path, of the teaching, of the leading, of the guiding is the hardest part. But once you start, you figure it out. And you can't figure it out until you start. Like, I had this I just this past week I've had this beautiful mentor teaching me in teaching yoga in Spanish, and so he said to me too. He's like, you have to do the teaching to figure it out, right? You can't just keep preparing, keep planning, and not doing it. You have to do it, and that's how you figure it out. So you need to start doing it, my friends. That's your advice from Spirit, from your higher self. You are ready. Whether you feel it or not, you're ready to do it. This is calling you. Your students need you. Your followers need you. Your clients need you. However it is, whatever type of work you're doing, they need you. They need you to start now. You're meant to. Get out there. Do it. Do it. All right, my friends, I would love it if you would give me a comment below. If you would subscribe to this channel. It really helps others who need this message find the message. And if you feel free, like sharing your story, like what is it you're starting? Feel free to share that below. That might even be a way other people find you. If you're not willing to share the whole story, but you want to comment with an emoji, that also helps, right? Or even just like the phrase, connect with positivity. Yes, you are connecting with positivity now as you move forward onto this new career path. It's time, my friends. So thank you so much for being here. It's such an honor to serve you through the tarot and through sound. Until next time, keep tuning into your inner path, your inner wisdom.